My parents sold my house while I was in a coma to pay my brother's gambling debt, so I had them arrested for fraud. The beeping of the heart monitor was the first thing I heard, followed by the sound of my mother chewing gum. I peeled my eyes open, the hospital lights burning my retinas, expecting to see tears of relief that I had woken up from a 6-week coma. Instead, I saw my parents arguing over a Red Lobster menu, and my brother, Tyler, wearing my vintage Rolex. He's awake, Dad grunted, not looking up from his phone. About time. The parking here is costing a fortune. Oh, thank God, Mom sighed, patting my hand with the same affection one gives a stray dog. David, honey, don't try to speak. We have some news. We had to make some executive decisions while you were napping. Napping? I croaked, my throat feeling like sandpaper. I was in a car accident. Details. Tyler waved his hand, the heavy gold watch glinting. The point is, bills were piling up. Medical bills, mortgage. So, we did you a favor. We liquidated your assets to keep you afloat. I tried to sit up, panic spiking my heart rate. What assets? The house? Dad said, finally looking at me. We sold it. Market was hot. Got a cash offer. We paid off your hospital deductible and used the rest to help Tyler out of a little jam. You know how the crypto market is. You sold my house. I wheezed, the machine next to me starting to alarm as my pulse skyrocketed. That house was paid off. I inherited it from Grandpa. You had no right. We had power of attorney, Mom said smoothly, pulling a folded document from her purse. You signed it right before the accident. Remember? I stared at the paper. It was a durable power of attorney, dated 2 days before my crash. The signature at the bottom looked like mine, but there was one massive problem. I didn't sign this, I whispered. 2 days before the accident, I was in London on a business trip. My passport stamps prove I wasn't even in the country to notarize this. Don't be difficult, David, Mom snapped, her voice turning sharp. We saved your credit score. Tyler needed the money. His bookie was going to break his legs. You can always buy another house when you get back on your feet. You're the smart one, right? So you forged my signature, I said, feeling a cold, dark rage settle over me, numbing the physical pain. And you stole $500,000 of equity to pay off a gambling debt. We borrowed it. Tyler shouted. I'm gonna pay you back when my coin goes to the moon. Get out, I said. David, be reasonable, Dad warned. We're your family. I said get out. I screamed, ripping the 4-line in my agitation. Nurses rushed in. My parents took the opportunity to slip away, probably to go spend the rest of my money on a celebratory dinner. I didn't go back to sleep. I called the police. Then I called my lawyer. 2 days later, my parents returned to the hospital, looking smug. They brought a contract. We need you to sign this, Mom said, handing me a pen. It's just a retroactive approval of the sale. The title company is being fussy about the notary stamp. Just sign it so we can access the rest of the funds. The rest? I asked. You didn't spend it all. There's about $100,000 left in the joint account we opened. Tyler grinned. I'm eyeing a new truck. I can't sign that, I said, leaning back against the pillows. Why not? Dad demanded. Because, I said, pointing to the door. They advised me not to. That's when the real bombshell dropped. 2 detectives walked into the room, followed by a very angry-looking man in a suit, the buyer of my house. Mr. and Mrs. Vance, the detective asked. You are under arrest for forgery, grand larceny, and real estate fraud. What? Mom shrieked, dropping her purse. This is a misunderstanding. Our son gave us permission. Actually, the buyer interrupted, his face red with fury. Your son's lawyer contacted me yesterday. He provided flight records proving he was in the UK when this deed was signed, which means the sale is void. I paid cash for a stolen house. I want my money back. Now. We spent it, Tyler stammered, looking at the handcuffs the detective was pulling out. Then you're going to prison, the buyer spat. David, Mom wailed as the officer cuffed her. Tell them you signed it. I would, I said, taking a sip of water. But I don't want to commit perjury. Besides, Tyler said he'd pay me back when his coin goes to the moon. Maybe you can use that to pay your bail. They were dragged out of the hospital room in front of the entire nursing staff. Because the sale was fraudulent, the deed was reversed. I got my house back. The buyer sued my parents for the money they spent, forcing them to sell their own home to pay him back. Tyler and my parents are currently awaiting trial. I sent a get well soon card to their cell, signed with my actual signature, just so they could see the difference. Am I the monster for sending my recovering family to jail, or did they pull the plug on our relationship the moment they treated my coma as a payday?